2, 3. Mr. David Biraud from France.
Just a few words before we start. How was it so far, the competition?
It's stressful. It will be more quiet in a few minutes.
Excellent. Right. David?
Yes.
That will be your first task here. So I will ask you to take place here.
Yes.
And for this task, you will have 8 minutes. Are you ready?
I am.
The time will only start after you've been told the instruction.
Okay.
Yeah. Could you please serve us a bottle of Moët & Chandon extra brut for the 3 of us? And for my friend, a very dry martini cocktail.
Perfect.
Would you like that I repeat?
Yes, please, if it's possible.
Could you please serve us a bottle of Moët & Chandon extra brut
Yes.
for the 3 people, 3 of us, I'm sorry. And for my friend, a very dry martini cocktail. So we can start.
Excellent.
Thank
Ladies and gentlemen, I am so glad to welcome you. So I know it's a sunny day, you are thirsty, so I'm serving immediately something to drink. Excuse me. I have just one question. You told me extra brut? Yes. I am so sorry because we don't have any more extra brut. May I recommend you other champagne?
No, but Moët extra brut? No?
Yes? Okay. So, may I recommend you? This is Moët & Chandon Impérial.
Thank you very much. May I sit, sir? To taste it, sir. Please. Thank you.
for you, gentlemen, I am going to prepare you the special dry martini. Please. So I hope you will have a very nice meal. Thank you. You're welcome.
David, you need to come here looking at the... So on this table, this table would be your second task, and Monsieur Paolo Basso will tell you the instruction and the time you will have.
So, we have a group of wine lovers who order these wines that in a minute you will see on the screen. Great wines of the world. Could you please recommend the menu for us to enjoy these wines and a brief presentation of the wines? You have 1 minute to look at the wines, the labels. If you cannot read one, I will read it for you once. And then you will have 6 minutes to complete the task. You would like
Is
to
it
repeat?
possible to repeat? Because, yes, it's very difficult to
Yes,
hear
of
very
course.
well.
The acoustic is not very good, so you must
Yes.
make sure you understand the question very well.
Yes.
So, we have a group of wine lovers who ordered these great wines of the world. Could you please recommend a menu for us to enjoy the wines and a brief presentation of the wine? You have 1 minute to look at the labels. If you cannot read one, I will read it for you once. And then you have 6 minutes to complete the task. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Are you clear?
Yes.
You can stay here, that's fine. Time, oh no, sorry, time. Time.
Ladies, gentlemen, so I am happy to welcome you here, and you bring some very, very good bottles of wine. So, do you have any requests for the order of the service?
It's up to you.
Yes, so let me choosing for you to start with, I think, the American. It's better if you do the young vintage to the oldest. So let me recommend you to start with the Arlan Estate 97. After the Gaia Sori San Lorenzo 97. Grange Penfolds 1990 as third wine. The famous Clos Saint-Denis 45 Domaine Ponceau. After that, the Auslese 2009 by Egon Müller, and the last one, Klein Constantia. First of all, would you like to have an aperitif? Yes, because you don't have any white wine or any sparkling wine in this selection, in this beautiful selection. So I would like to recommend you a sparkling wine from, I think, Champagne, because you're a wine lover. And it could be a famous cuvée, for example, Moët et Chandon, 1998. This is a very good vintage at this time. This is one of the vintage you don't have in your selection. And this vintage is ready to drink with a brioche, toasty flavor, and it's plenty of taste, and it's really nice at this time. So it could be a really nice starter as aperitif. Do you agree with it? So after Arlan Estate, this is one of the most outstanding red wine in the United States. So I would like to imagine as a first course a beef, but a raw beef from America, and it will be a little bit smoked and served with crunchy potatoes. And it could be interesting to do like a carpaccio beef and the Arlan Estate, which is made with Cabernet Sauvignon, and it's a very full-bodied, powerful red wine from United States. After that, this is a Gaia Sori San Lorenzo 97. Second dish for this red wine, I would like to recommend you a pigeon, and a stuffed pigeon with foie gras and black cherry sauce. Because Sori San Lorenzo, Langhe Gaia, it's Nebbiolo grapes in majority, so it's still strong, a little bit dry. So I would like to wrap the tannins of the Nebbiolo grapes with the richness of the foie gras of the pigeon. After that, the Penfolds, Grange 1990. With this dish, it's, I think, a meat, another meat, and why not, we can try lamb. And I imagine a rack of lamb just with rosemary herbs on the top, just simply roasted and served with a tillion of different vegetables from Mediterranean. Because I would like to give a lot of spiciness and a lot of herbal taste to this wine, because this wine is made with Shiraz grapes. So it's a very spicy and elegant as well, because it's a 1990, it's ready now. The Burgundy 45. So this is a most spectacular vintage in the Burgundy, so you are lucky. It will be not necessary to decant these bottles. I prefer serving you directly in the glass. And with this wine, I would like to recommend you a game. And I think it could be a piece of deer served with a combination of pear and apples cooked in red wine, and served with a red wine sauce like a sauce Grand Veneur, which is a kind of sweet and sour sauce. So it will be a very good food pairing with these old Pinot Noir grapes, Claude Denis. After that, the Auslese 2009. I would like to recommend you a cheese. And why not a very good cheese from France, a very old Comté by Mr. Petit, 36 months old. Because the Comté has a lot of dryness, and the sweetness of the Auslese will give more texture and more smoothness for the food pairing. I think it's a sweet and sour combination, very interesting with the Old Comté. We are going to serve you a very fine and crunchy country bread with this Comté for
1
the
minute.
served with honey on the top and on side a bread façon pain perdu, toasted and very crunchy and I think with a brown sugar from Mauritius, Muscovado sugar on the top of the pain perdu of brioche. I think some water, I imagine, and some still and sparkling water. It could be water from Mendoza, from Argentina, Gota, and from the sparkling, San Pellegrino. And at least for the Arlan Estate, the Grange, and the Gaia, the decantation will be better, not for the Clos Saint-Denis. And for the Auslese 2009 and Clan Constantia, I'm going to serve you these two wines between 8 and 10 degrees to keep a lot of
Time.
freshness.
Here. The same table. This is your next task. You will have 2 minutes. Monsieur Paolo Basso will give you the instruction. You won't need to do anything. Eh?
I can see an espresso machine in your restaurant. So, could you please advise me of the most suitable Grand Cru coffee to match with some black chocolate truffles? And also please suggest a spirit or a liquor at the same time. Would you like to
Could you
repeat?
repeat, please? Yes.
I can see an espresso machine in your restaurant. So, could you please advise me of the most suitable Grand Cru coffee to match some black chocolate truffle? And also please suggest a spirit or a liquor at the same time. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Ready? Time.
So with the black truffle, with the chocolate black truffle, let me recommend you a very nice, smooth and aromatic cru of coffee. Guatemala, which is a very good coffee at this time. It's with this roasted flavor, it's a cocoa aroma with a smokiness, and in the palate, this coffee is still very smooth, elegant, and perfumed. So it will be an excellent choice with the black truffle chocolate. And on the side, as liquor, let me recommend you a Commandaria, the cuvée Centurion by Etco. Commandaria, this is one of the most oldest wine, sweet wine in the world from Cyprus in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea. Because this sweet wine, it's a kind of liquor, has a lot of sweetness, perfect with the bitterness of the black chocolate. And the aromas of this Commandaria are absolutely marvelous. Toasted, roasted, hazelnuts, roasted almonds. It's a real pleasure. So you will have 3 different elements: the coffee from Guatemala, the black chocolate truffle, and the Commandaria as sweet wine for the combination. So if you need more advice, I am your sommelier. If you want to discover other things, it's not a problem at all. Thank you.
Going to be here. This is just here. And for this task, you will have 9 minutes.
Please, decant a magnum of Tomero Malbec Grand Reserva 2011 and serve it to us. Would you like, can I repeat the question?
Yes, please.
Please decant a magnum of Tomero Malbec Grand Reserva 2011 and serve it to us.
Excellent.
Time.
Ladies, gentlemen, I am so glad to welcome you at Mendoza. May I present you? Tomero, Grande Reserva, Malbec 2011.
Thank you very much.
Okay. May I test it, please? Excellent. Would you like to taste it, please?
Please. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
By the way, Mr. Flores, sitting over there, does not drink red wine, but he would love to taste Silvaner. Would you please serve it to him and give some explanation about the wine?
Yes, sure.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Flores, nice to meet you. So, may I recommend you, this is Sylvaner from Franken. This is one of the region of Germany. And it's a very crisp, elegant, and very mineral Sylvaner. It's in a special bottle. This is the box bottle, the traditional bottle of Franken. Please, Mr. Flores. Yes? Do you agree? Yeah. Yes? Thank you.
Two minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, so as starters, we are going to serve you just small appetizer, and which is for the Malbec smoked Argentinian beef, like a small, I think, piece of raw smoked beef and served with some chimichurri spices. And for you, Mr. Flores, which is a ceviche with a corvina and lime and just a drop of smoked pimento from Chile, from the Mapuche Indian. Thank you very much. So I hope you will have.
Okay. David, now we are going to have a series of testing, blind testing. Is the first series. At the moment, don't worry about this one. So, you have 3 different wines. We would like you to identify them as closely as possible. You don't need to describe them. 2 wines have something in common. Please find the common point. You will have 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Would you like me to repeat?
Yes, please.
You have 3 different wines. We would like you to identify them as closely as possible. You don't need to describe them. 2 wines have something in common. Please find the common point. You will have 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Are you ready?
I am.
Time.
The first one, number 1, it's a dry white wine from Argentina, Torrontés Grapes 2014, from Salta. Wine number 2, it's a dry white wine made with Riesling from Germany, Moselle 2014. Number 3, it's dry white wine made with Riesling as well, from 2014. From France, Alsace, and the common point is between the 2 and the 3, which are made with exactly the same white grape, the Riesling grape. finished.
This glass, could you please provide a full organoleptic description and identification of this wine? You will have 3 minutes. You want me to repeat?
No,
Ready?
I am.
Time.
The wine number 1 plus. It's a white wine with a straw yellow color, star bright, clear, brilliant, with slightly golden tidges. Medium viscosity, the teas are slow forming, they are large, numerous. It's a very young and attractive color. The nose is clean, very open. Dominated by the white fruit, the pear, green apple, touch of a green leaf. It's on the primary aromas. After aeration, the wine is more complex. It's slightly mineral, stony, flinty, and a touch of white flower, like acacia blossom. It's a very complex nose from a great terroir. On the palate, the wine is dry. Evolution with high acidity, perfectly balanced between the acidity and the alcohol. Middle of the palate, fine texture. Very dry at the end, because you have this sea salt sensation at the end of the palate. Retroolfaction, this white fruit aromatic range with a touch of lime, citrus, and with this terroir character, with this chalky character. Very long length, more than 6 caudalie. It's a very good white wine, dry, ready to drink, very pleasant and lively. And I would like to serve this wine for the room, for the temperature of service 8 and 10 degrees, no decanting, small shaped glasses like that, perfect. And for the aging potential, 2 to 5 years in a cellar. I would like to recommend you with this wine 2 dishes. A slow cooking sea bass with a very nice olive oil from Argentina and a tapioca of oysters. Or a roasted shrimp, big tiger shrimp, served with a tempura of leaves of basil, Thai, and as garnish, it could be a crispy rice with a touch of confit lemon. I think this wine comes from North Hemisphere, Europe, Sauvignon grape, 2014. France.
Time. Again, don't worry about this one for the time being. You have 3 different wines. We would like you to identify them as closely as possible. You don't need to describe them. You will have 3 minutes and 30 seconds. And just for you to know, we are not looking for a common point, even if there is one. Would you like me to repeat?
No, that's clear.
Time.
Wine number 2. It's a dry red wine made with Sangiovese grape, 2013, Chianti from Italy. Wine number 3, it's a dry red wine made with Malbec grapes, Argentina, 2014, Mendoza. Wine number 1, it's a dry red wine made with Cabernet Sauvignon, South America, Chile, 2013. If there is a common point, it could be maybe the vintage. Finished.
Yes. Could you please provide a full organoleptic description and identification of this wine? You will have 3 minutes. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Time.
Number 1 plus. This red wine has a very nice, deep, concentrated hue. In evolution, brown tinges, very difficult to see through, high viscosities. It's not very clear, it's slightly cloudy. Lot of tears, there are numerals decreasing the glass and they're slow forming. It's a very nice, intense and concentrated color in wine in evolution. The nose is clean, very open, dominated by the spices. Pepper, cinnamon, and this very ripe black fruit, blackcurrant. This wine needs to be decanted before serving. After aeration, the spiciness is more evident with the tobacco, cedar wood, and humus, touch of old leaf. It's a wine in evolution, very nice and complex. On the palate, the wine is dry. Evolution, strong tannins. It's a full-bodied red wine, well balanced between the acidity and the alcohol, lot of freshness. For the middle of the palate, firm and strong texture. Retroolfaction, this black fruit, this humus, old wood, cedar, touch of tobacco, and very long length, more than 6-8 caudalis. I would like to serve this wine between 16 and 18 degrees, decanting, yes, certainly, large shaped glasses, and for the aging potential, it's ready to drink, and you can leave some bottles more than 8 years in your cellar. I would like to recommend you with this wine, Wagyu beef from Japan, smoked, served with a lack of licorice and black cardamom, as garnish, gratin of macaroni with a touch of foie gras to round the strong tannins of this red wine. Or a stew, a slow cooking gigot of lamb served with mashed potatoes like Joël Robuchon does. I think this wine comes from North Hemisphere, Europe, France, Bordeaux Vineyard, Médoc, Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot Grape, Vintage 2009.
You done?
Thank you.
You can clear the free there. No. We clear this free and we keep this one. We have a customer who is hesitating to buy a few cases of this wine. Could you please convince him to buy it? You will have 2 minutes. You like me to repeat?
No, that's clear.
Okay.
Who customers? So, I would like to tell you this is a very good red wine because it's a powerful red wine and a full-bodied red wine from the Bordeaux vineyard. And it's made with Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot, these two grapes which are perfect to make very long aging wine in this vineyard. So I think for me it's an evidence, it's a very good acquisition to buy these cases of red wine because it's perfect now, so you can drink some bottles if you are so hurry, and you can leave this wine many years in your cellar. So it's a good acquisition because you can have a lot of pleasure at this moment. You don't have to wait more than 5 or 10 years before drink this red wine. So you can pick one bottle each year and you can leave the other more time in your cellar for other great moments of pleasure in the future. Because these red wines in the future will become more smooth, more elegant, more silky with the evolution of the tannins. And this, I think, structure is a very good guarantee for, I think, the aging potential. So I would like to recommend you buying this wine because it's a great wine from the Médoc region. And it's a great vintage, 2009, so you have the future in front of you, but if you are a lover of wine, it will be not a surprise to get the bottles just only for looking, but for drinking as well.
There are 8 spirits. Can you please match each glass with one of a proposed spirit? You can come here, you have a spirit on the screen, or I will also give you the list of spirit. Yes, I mean you can, yes, we'll bring it here.
Thank you.
Would you like me to repeat?
Yes, please.
There are 8 spirits. You have the list of the proposed spirits, so the list here, 8 spirits. For each glass, we would like you to match from one of the list.
I have to write it down, the number of the... No. Okay.
But can you please talk loudly for them to hear?
Yes, sure.
You have 3 minutes. Are you ready?
I am.
Time.
Number 4, Tequila, Don Julio, Reposado. Number 5, Ron, Zacapa Solera, Grande Reserva. Number 6, Vieille Prune, Mété, Alsace. Excuse me, number 1, Rhum, Zacapa, Grande Reserva. Number 8, Pisco, Mistral, Especial. Number 7, Whisky Yamazaki. Number 3, Bazar Magnac, 12 ans, d'Arrose. Number 5, Bourbon, Bullette, Kentucky. And number 2, Cognac, Château Beaulieu, Folle Blanche. The SOP. Number 1, Ron Zacapa. Number 2, Cognac Beaulieu. Number 3, Bazar Magnac d'Arrose. Number 4, Tequila Don Julio. Number 5, Bourbon Bullette. Number 6, Vieille Prune Mété. Number 7, Whisky Yamazaki. Number 8, Pisco Mistral.
Ouais. I promise you it's your last blind testing. Could you please test this product, provide a short organoleptic description of it, and make your customer dream? You will have 2 minutes. Could you please test this product, provide a short organoleptic description of it, and make your customer dream? You will have 2 minutes.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Time.
This product, it's marvelous. It's a liquor made in France by the monk of Chartreuse. I think it's a very old green Chartreuse. I think this Chartreuse comes from Tarragona in Spain, because in this period the monks went to Spain for making very good liquors like that. And it's plenty of flavor. It's very aromatic, minty, spicy, and the sweetness is marvelous because you have a very good balance between the sweetness and the alcohol. It's a very digest Chartreuse and very complex. I would like to pair this liquor with one of the very good dish, and it's very difficult to find it now, but a soufflé. And a chocolate soufflé with inside a quenelle of creamy verbena ice cream. You put the quenelle of the ice cream in the soufflé, in the chocolate soufflé, and you drink at the same time the Chartreuse, this Chartreuse, which is a very, very rare Chartreuse. I hope if everybody can taste it, it will be a moment of delight, because it's a great moment of pleasure. And just one more thing, the Chartreuse period in Tarragona in Spain It's between the 60s, 70s to the end of the 90s. So you can find very old bottles on the market, but that one is absolutely marvelous.
Okay. Right. Your last task for the first part. If you stayed here, you might have a few problems with the technology, so I'm going to explain, and we won't start the thing. But you're going to have 8 slides, 3 wine per slide, 1 mistake in each slide. You have to identify. We'll stay for 30 seconds, and then a new slide will come.
30 seconds per slide?
30 seconds per slide.
Okay.
And you will have 8 slides, so you can calculate 8 times 30 seconds. So, you would like me to repeat?
No.
You might have to wait before I start, but as soon as the first slide arrives, the 30 seconds will go. Time, man.
The mistake is Krug Champagne Claude Ambonnet 2000 because it started in 2003. Giaconda Estate Vineyard Chardonnay, it's not from Margaret River. It's from Beechworth region, which is in Victoria. FX Pichler, Riesling, second line. Uener Lich, it's not, it's a mistake. Cheval des Andes, Vistalba Mendoza. No, Camine d'Épée, second line. It's not Conchaitoro, Camine d'Épée Humo. It's Montes. Caesarferina, Barcavelia, Douro, 2002, it's not from Douro. It's from Dao. Luciano Sandrone, Barolo, and not Barbaresco. Kracher, Zweigelt, Trockenbeerenauslese. He doesn't make Zweigelt in Trockenbeerenauslese. first line, Jean-Roger Germanier, Amine de Vétrose, Reserve, it's not a fortified wine. It's a traditional sweet white wine from Switzerland.
David. Bravo. Yeah, so we will call you back later when all the candidates are together. So.
Thank you. Whew. Should we introduce our table here
Of course.
of judges?
I'm sure I tried the right names.
Do you need a glass of water,
I'm
perhaps?
sure I do. Or a glass of Moet. I can. Hein? Ils sont en train de les remplacer là. Ils s'en occupent. Right, let me introduce a few of the judges here.
Hello.
Oui, j'ai présenté. Monsieur Marcus Del Monaco, Best Sommelier in the World, 1998. Which one? Estonia, I have to apologize. And we have Christel Nomik, President of Estonia. Piero Tenka, President Switzerland. Janice, huh? I do apologize. We have here Monsieur Janis Kalsis, President of Letonia. Philippe Forbrac, Best Sommelier in the World, 92. President of Mexico, Marcos Flores. The tallest Best Sommelier in the World, Monsieur Andreas Larsson, from Sweden.
Le grand sommelier.
2007. Enrico Bernardo, Best Sommelier in the World, 2004, Italy. Piero Satanino, Best Sommelier in the World, 1971. Monsieur Olivier Poussier, Best Sommelier in the World, 2000. I won't say that. Monsieur Giuseppe Vaccarini, Best Sommelier in the World, 1978. Eric Duret, Best Sommelier in Europe, 1998. And we are very honored to have with us le chef de cave de Moet, Benoît Gouez, who won many trophies actually. You were Man of the Year last year from which magazine? One Magazine US. Bravo.
And while we wait for our candidate, our last candidate tonight,
And let me introduce Monsieur Andres Rosberg, the organizer of the competition. President of APAS, Vice-President of ASI. On a je pas